wait, you're not excited for God of War Laundry?
There are many better names you could have used. Why did you pick that one?
What do you mean?
I'm not angry with you. I'm just disappointed.
Why?
Because there's better names you could have picked.
Like?
I don't know, God of War.
Oh! Oh, there's better names, but you don't know one!
I literally just said God of War Cubed.
No, God of War Laundry is a lot funnier, because it's more in line with how they basically butchered what we thought was going to be a really badass female.
Also, God of War Cubed sounds like it's going to be God of War, but more God of War inside the God of War.
Pretty much.
You know what it sounds like? That sounds like if God of War was transported back in time as a 1980s franchise, and that was the third game.
No, you know what, Max? Early 2000s game, and they're announcing co-op in the sequel.
Oof.
Okay, I clearly just came into something, because all I heard was like they were announcing co-op.
Okay, wait, hang on. That could work, Sneaky.
Exactly.
Canonically, he's Hercules' half-brother.
Yeah,
Hercules is the second player.
Oh my god,
Hercules play as Hercules, and Hercules could be
it could be the
good.
cringiest fucking thing ever. Peak early 2000s co-op gritty gameplay.
Oh man.
What game is
that? That
this?
could have been so cool.
God of
so
War.
I said that all of the game shows were kind of lame, and the Jeff Keighley one was the least worst, because he at least knew when to fucking post some, whatever his name was, I don't give a shit. He at least knew to just fucking do a short little funny skit and then get into the fucking game. But, like, half of these game shows were like, okay, now we're gonna have, like, a 3-minute long fucking skit where it's not funny at all, no one's really into doing it, and, we're gonna take forever to get to the fucking trailer. It's like, great. I hate it. And then the trailer announces something that I'm not interested in. It's like, great. Yeah. I hate it even more. And then we talked about God of War Laundry. And he said that was a terrible name. I asked him for a better one. He couldn't give me one. He said God of War Squared.
No, he said Cubed.
Cubed,
not
my
squared,
bad, Cubed. Yeah. Cubed, and then we were talking about how God of War Cubed sounds a lot more like a announcement for the sequel being co-op in early 2000s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the third game in a trilogy from the 80s. No, God of War Squared would be the co-op game. Let's be real.
That's true, yes. Yeah.
That's why you jumped to Squared, because that fits a lot better.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I was saying Cubed because the fuck-ass cube that's there for some reason.
No one cares about the cube.
Yeah, no one really gives a shit about the cube.
No one cares.
No cube companion will ever be as good as companion cube.
Well, I'm not saying it would be good.
I'm not saying you said that. I'm just saying there will never be a cube companion as good as companion cube.
That's shit,
I've never played Portal 1.
Be a fucking quirky little fucking
I've
chungus.
never played Portal 1, and I still feel an attachment to that stupid fucking cube for no reason other than it's iconic.
True.
The cube.
I will say, not a huge fan of the game. Just like, aside from making fun of it, aside from them slapping a woman and making her gay on it, aside from...
What?
Oh, yeah, she has sex with another woman, except that woman has a dick, and then they give birth to Sif or some shit. Yeah, it's...
It's an alleged leak from someone inside of Sony.
Oh.
Which, considering everything else...
Confirmed.
Yeah.
And again, Sneaky, I'm going to bring up, it's Norse mythology. If anything's going to do that, it's
Oh, yeah, sure, I'm aware of that. Yeah, I mean, Loki is a thing. I'm very aware of this.
Loki is effectively
just
his
a
own
reminder
thing.
that in one of the stories, the entire point of the story is Loki gave his brother ultra constipation, shoved a cork in his ass until his stomach bloated, pulled the cork out and convinced him that he gave birth to a squirrel when he passed out from shitting himself.
Yes.
And
the
that's
Norse
just
were a quirky bunch.
And
that's just Norse.
That's just
that's
Tuesday.
That's just in the Norse mythology.
I'm aware. Yeah, the Norse were a quirky bunch.
The Norse, they're up there in the running with the Greeks for weird fucking stories of divinity.
To be fair, from what I learned, is apparently a lot of these stories of the divinity came about from hallucinogenic reindeer piss.
I don't
yeah.
know if I believe that, but
What?
at the same time, I
No.
don't have any reason to not believe that.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I fully believe it because there are certain theories that people have applied to Old Testament Bible sources. I'm like, actually, that makes some sense. Like, one interpretation of the manna, the bread from heaven, may have actually just been a mushroom with some slightly psychedelic
A really
effects.
good mushroom, yeah. Well, no, because specifically we know it's true because they still do it to this day. But effectively, reindeer eat this one very poisonous mushroom to humans, except when the reindeer digest it, the piss from them is hallucinogenic if drunk. And then they went on to distill that further.
There's
I guess
no
you could say they were
way.
piss drunk.
There was no way that congrats, Nose, you had a good pun.
Yeah.
That's your quota for the week,
A
unfortunately.
month, really.
How about?
But why would you ever distill reindeer piss in a land in which you are surrounded by frozen water 90% of the year?
Maybe they thought it tasted better.
That's a good question. Is my mic still crackling?
I don't
Not
hear
in
it.
No,
Discord, but I
not
don't
to
know.
me.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Carl
fine for us, that
Anthony
doesn't
and
mean it's
Carmelo
fine for the
Anthony
stream.
making embarrassments themselves in the same 24 hours? Okay, okay. I don't know who the fuck is Carl Anthony.
I have no idea.
But yeah, no, I mean it was a thing, It was a thing, and
Oh,
the
I've stopped,
shamans would
apparently.
drink it so they could receive visions from the gods. So, here we are.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Was there any funny things happening at work today? Well, I did have one user who was confused as to why his email stopped working, and I told him he had to sign in. He's like, "Well, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you do it for me?" I was like, "Well, I don't have your password." He's like, "Well, why didn't you tell me to do this earlier then?" I was like, "I did. Told you in the phone call. I sent you an email instructing you to do it, and I sent a message on your computer saying to do it." I said, "I don't know what you want from me." But the noose of consequences is finally coming for my two coworkers.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's going to be very slow news because I think the new guy that got hired is going to get fired first. And then they're going to have to hire, and then we have to wait for them to hire a new guy, and then they're going to wait for the new guy to replace one of them, and then they can fire one of them. So it's going to probably be another couple months of just sheer fucking incompetency, but...
So what makes you convinced that it's coming for them finally? After so long with
they've
nothing.
been both put on employee improvement programs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Ips or
boy.
pips. Either way,
pips,
that's...
Yeah.
Unless you unless you truly put in a lot of effort, you don't come back from a pip.
No. The PIP is the company's way of saying we are going to legally fire you.
Yeah. Hell, I've seen people bust their ass. I've seen
Hello,
people
LeMay.
really truly try and bust their asses, and they can't come back from a pip.
Yeah. I think I was on a PIP at one point before I got fired, but I was very much like, look, no one's here, no one's coming in. I can't actually get all the points you need me to get. But yeah.
Yeah, so then
yeah,
you were
that's
fired.
kind of the point.
Yeah.
The PIP is supposed to be there to set up reasonable on paper, impossible in reality metrics for you to air
and then
quotes
they
improve to.
and then
And
they look for any reason to fire you, and that can be like,
no,
oh,
they don't
you
have to look
didn't.
for a reason then. If you fail the PIP,
Yeah,
you
that
get
is the
fired,
reason.
and then no one can say, oh, they did it because there was black. It's like, well, no. You were on a PIP for 3 months, and you failed the PIP, and then you got fired. That's how that works.
What's crazy is the BIP is probably even lower than the standard already is, which is incredibly
Usually,
low
yeah.
to begin with.
Yeah, I would say the PIP's usually extraordinarily generous.
Keep in mind that our store was basically failing every single metric.
Well,
because
I know,
no
that's what I'm
one
saying.
was coming.
On paper, technically possible. In reality, usually not.
It's like, we need you to get 50,000 points. How do we get points? Oh, people have to have credit cards. No one wants a credit card. Well, too bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's also stuff like, a certain amount of time. Like, if the company is going on a downturn, or there's not enough work to go around, or if you're just an incompetent person and you're ending up on the PIP because of that, like, the reasons why you end up on the PIP and then fired usually all lead to the same destination, but there's many ways to get on there, and all of them are slopes that you really can't climb up from. But the last gasp of their careers, no, they're just gonna fail upwards. Someone else will hire them.
I mean,
True.
at least they got a warning. Better than I can say for certain companies I've been a part of in the past.
Yeah, well, you know how it goes.
I know. Never trust corporate kids.
Nope.
Arn's on a PIP as well now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I thought he was a pretty decent worker.
He is. Unfortunately, his company got bought out.
Through restructuring.
Yeah, his company got bought out, and
he lives.
Rough.
Yeah, he also, at the same time as the company being bought out, submitted a request for a income increase because he's currently getting P10 and he requested to get paid P50. And
that's not happening.
Whoa, wait, okay, wait. Is that a linear? Like, does it go P10, P20?
Percentile. He's in the 10th percentile of payment right now for his job. And he has to be put on the median 50% of payment for his job.
Okay, yeah, so I was just trying to make sure I understood. Like, yeah. So he was asking to go to what normal people get paid.
Yes. Yeah.
He wanted to be on the line rather than being the person to drag it up or drag it down.
Effectively, yeah.
That's fair.
He requested that at the same time that the company got bought out and they started a restructure. And so now he's been informed that he's on a PIP. So.
Boy, isn't it supposed to be super hard to fire people in the country he lives?
And that's why they probably put him on a PIP, because apparently the union got involved as well.
Yeah, his union did get involved.
He's not union. Well. He's not union, is he?
No, I think he is.
From what he said,
I'm pretty sure he said my union got involved.
I mean, surely they can explain why he got the PIP then. They can show objective metrics, surely. Corporations are all about KPIs and how accurate they are, yeah?
It's worse where both got the union involved too, an actual good union.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great. Unfortunately, unions in America have turned me like full anti-union at this point.
I mean, it's one of those things, right? It's another one of those levers of power that if you just let it be and like don't actively guard against corruption on it, it's going to become hyper abused, and then it's going to be worse than whatever the union fixed previously.
Yep.
But yeah, so apparently I looked more into that, by the way. I sent off a little message to both Max and Atten this morning, the Buffett index, and I looked more into it, and apparently we're not just similar to the 99.com crash or the 2008 crash. We are actually at a 60% higher overvaluation than the peaks of those.
That's not good.
No, it's not, because we aren't even close to the peak of whatever they're gonna call this crash, the Trump crash, probably.
Yeah, anything to avoid calling it.
I mean,
I
think it's probably going to end up being labeled the AI crash.
No, they won't label it that, because that means that they were wrong and it wasn't Trump's fault.
They're going to try and blame it on
They're definitely going to try and blame it on Trump.
Or
now,
they'll just call
will
it
that stick to the common man? Probably not. And it will probably get relabeled, at least in lingo, to the AI crash.
I'm really hoping the AI crashes. Like, I am really hoping that this whole AI bullshit crashes, because it's not fucking AI.
I want to be clear. I do think that the administration could be doing more to regulate it and trying to put some brakes on this train, and they're not, because they're benefiting from it.
So the problem is that when it comes to AI, the problem isn't regulation on AI. The problem is regulation on people being retarded, which doesn't work because retarded people will be retarded whether you regulate them or not. If it's not called the data crash, I'll be disappointed.
That's a better one.
Get out. Get out. We're not. This is not cyberpunk.
If we do not have a dragon explode out of a German mountain, I will riot.
That's a very specific request, sir.
Yes.
Well, see, maybe if cyberpunk is real, we can actually fix the fucking grenade rules. And have them not be under vehicle damage for some fucking
Claude is the best model. DeepSeek, on the other hand, is the latest act of Chinese sabotage. Of course it is.
Oh god, what do they do now? I haven't heard shit about that.
What
thing
don't
in a
they
while.
do with that shit?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, look, the thing is that these models, like DeepSeek, you have to download it and then run it on your computer, and you have to give it all these permissions, and then you have to give it access to your network, and all of this shit. And, I mean,
I would say, by the way, you have to give it access to your network, and if you don't think that it isn't just immediately going, oh, cool, we're going to report all this back home.
Yeah.
You're fucking stupid.
And now, admittedly, you can isolate it and air gap it and run it as an isolated instance, but the majority of people aren't gonna fucking do that.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
Hooray.
Yep.
You say someone's doing that? I have a very nice bridge to sell you.
Some people swear by sea dance. Well, they can swear all they fucking want. Look, at the end of the day, all of this shit is total garbage. It's not useful. We have, right now, AI in its current state. It's, again, as Max always complains, it's not AI. It's an LLM.
Yeah. Now, LLMs can be used effectively. There are uses for it, but right now we're not using it.
Here's the problem. We've already covered this. We've accepted that if you train it correctly, and the keyword there is correctly, which they aren't half the fucking time.
That's right.
It can be useful for data processing.
of the time.
The main issue with the LLMs is that they try and make it a omni tool. it shouldn't be an omni tool. It should be a hyper-focused tool. And what they need to do is they need to go back to the start and they need to get rid of the hallucination protocols. The hallucination protocols are the transformer protocols that Google released 7-8 years ago now that everyone used to get ahead in the AI game, and they did it by making the AI hallucinate total bullshit and then just basically bridge the gaps in anything that wasn't explicitly outlined. The AI would hallucinate something so it could keep going in its thought process. And that's retarded. You don't want it to hallucinate things. You want it to give you answers. And if people are too retarded to use an AI, well, we have forklift certifications for a fucking reason, don't we?
Sneaky, they're too stupid to
LLM
use an AI. They're too
certified.
stupid. They're too stupid to get a fork.
You guys are certified?
No, Max, that's my
I've just been
point.
driving this thing around.
Is that people made the argument that we had to make them hallucinate because a large majority of people wouldn't be educated enough or trainable enough to use a strict input LLM.
I mean, that's why you would say, "Hey, we have a AI class. You can learn how to
And
use
my
an AI." if
my
you
response
really
to
want
that
do that
is,
shit.
well, we make people get certifications for forklifts, don't we? So I don't see why
I'm-
we need to introduce a hallucinating machine to the public besides for profits.
Because the only thing dumber than the public are shareholders, and shareholders have money,
True.
unlike the public.
True.
So what I'm
The big
what I'm
true.
hearing is we need to kill shareholders.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some groups that want to do that. Claude hallucinates somewhat, needs corrections, but at least it tries to get source material. Crashed out because DeepSeek hallucinated
I
literally
really
everything
don't.
from my first collection.
I really don't
Oh.
care. Like, stop using this stuff for creative pursuits unless you're trying to find sources. In which case, you could also just go to Wikipedia, track
Well,
those sources down.
I mean,
That was actually-
I
well, that
hate
was
to
actually a
call people
conversation I
out.
had, yeah.
I hate to call people out, but I kind of have to call people out on this one. Is that Shadow posted his conversation in the writing corner, air quotes conversation.
Oh wait,
that he had.
Was that a full-on?
Was that the
thing?
Naruto conversation?
Yes.
Yes.
And like I think the key parts here I want to focus on is shit like him saying to Claude that, so yeah, comma, with the gripes I've shared, comma, I take it you can understand why this idea formed in my head. And like he's using it like it's a reactive chat bot that is capable of sustaining a conversation with him that is like not a math formula.
Yeah,
like Claude isn't sitting there going, "Oh, yes, you've raised great points." It says, yes, you've raised great points, but the Claude machine behind it isn't sitting there pondering Naruto with you. It's not having a conversation with you.
Yeah, that's a positivity thing, which I think is stupid, but I understand that the fucking public is also pretty fucking stupid. But still. It's just like, just give me the answers.
These are
don't have to tell.
Conversations you should have with actual people who are in the fandom you're in, who, well, maybe aren't in the complete opposite corner from you, also shouldn't be 100% on your side.
Yes.
It's called
Sure.
discourse. It's healthy. You should
Right,
engage
exactly.
in it.
But not only
Most of
that
it
though,
is.
it's as Phoenix says, the thing is with these AIs is that they are not fucking people. You don't want to put useless words in your interaction with the AI. Don't say thank you. Don't say please. Don't say can you look up. Say something like you want a picture of Gundam and you want it to document the evolution of Gundam from when originally released to Gundam in modern day, and you want the most characteristic parts of the Gundam pointed out that have changed over time. Your structure of what you would send to it wouldn't be something like, hey, can you make this graph for me? It would be, make graph depicting this, then this, compared to this, between these times.
Yeah.
And hope
Like,
it doesn't
source.
hallucinate something in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Right, but
Also,
then you would add addendums like before finalizing any output, double check all sources as legitimate Gundam sources or something like that, right? You know, but it's vitally important that you are. Again, it's like talking to an autistic person. Just tell them what you want. Don't have paragraphs of useless fucking chatter beforehand. That's just gonna make them dizzy and not understand what's going on.
Treat the machine like a machine. It's been my biggest complaint. It's not a replacement, it's another tool, and you gotta figure out how to use the damn tool, because this one is especially slippery.
Not like, yeah, it's like a fucking hammer without a grip on it. You're not gonna look at the hammer and be like, "Hey, hammer, can you please hit the nail in front of you?" And then you hold the hammer up to the wood. You take the fucking hammer, you make sure the grip is extra good, and you fucking hit the nail with the hammer.
Now, if the hammer does in fact respond to you and hits the nail
Then you
for
shoot
you,
it.
yeah, that's probably a mimic. You don't want that. And if you got
What-
one, oh boy,
what if
you're
it's a
just your
friendly
house is
mimic?
infested now.
Friendly mimics don't
No
exist.
Those don't
excuses.
exist.
That is propaganda spread by Big Mimic.
But the mimic
It
offered
could
to
be a
do
Tanuki, though.
things
Rad Tech
for
Professor,
me.
hey, why is this image mirrored and you're labeled the wrong bones? Did you use AI? Oh my god, I know, right? It's so painful.
Well-
But here's the crazy thing though, and the medical industry has actually proved me right on what I've been saying forever when it comes to these LLMs. Is the medical industry threw out all of the garbage ass omnipurpose AIs, built a medical AI, and then trained it only on medical data, did not train it on Reddit posts, they didn't train it on Wikipedia pages, they didn't train it on fandom wikis, they trained it on explicitly x-rays, doctor notes, etc. And they're like, okay, diagnose this case. And with like something like 92% accuracy,
I think it was a flat 90, if I'm remembering correctly.
something like that. It was able to get the right answer, which was higher, mind you, than the human doctor average percentage.
Please
Yeah,
tell
it's
me
a-
the
but it's
remaining 10% it just pulled a WebMD late night research, and it's like, sorry, it's cancer. Every time for the 10% wrong.
Hey Doc, my arm's
Oh,
hurting
yeah.
pretty.
Lupus.
My arm's hurting pretty bad. I think I pulled something. Can you check this out?
Lupus.
So apparently my AI says this is cancer, but we're gonna double check
Lupus.
that.
The AI says it's either cancer, lupus, AIDS, or super lupercancer.
Have you?
But I mean, there's been cases. We
how
covered this
could I have
previously on
any
the
of those,
podcast.
Doctor? I don't know, but I think this thing's hallucinating.
This one fucking
yeah, no.
medical company just slapped like Chat GPT or some bullshit into a video machine, and for some reason they were like, okay, so our product is this normal video machine that basically, you put a little camera at the end of a tube and you put the tube down inside the person and you try and like find their artery and be like, okay, this is where the artery is, I should be cutting around this area, using your skill as a doctor. And what they did was they attached like Chat GPT to that
Oh,
tool,
no.
and
Oh,
instead
no.
had Chat GPT tell you, the doctor, where you should cut instead of letting you see where you should cut.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
And it
that
like
could-
killed like 7 people.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know what this sounds like? You just described a subplot in a dystopic cyberpunk manga in which
Yeah.
they test the new AI on death row inmates so there's some use out of them.
God, I wish. No, these were normal people that did normal things and didn't commit crimes.
They committed the crime of being poor. Since
No,
we're in
they didn't
cyberpunk.
go for no. See, that's the other problem, is they didn't elect to use experimental technologies. They didn't
Oh,
elect
no.
to use.
They
these
just
were.
did it. Oh.
This was a normal,
Oh.
known, reliable surgery they were undergoing.
That's
Oh.
that's
Oh,
a free
you're-
lawsuit for 7 families.
I'm gonna say that's
yeah.
a very, very free lawsuit.
Yeah.
Because odds are they didn't consent to that.
Because the thing was, it wasn't labeled as experimental because it was already a known technology that this new company was producing that they were saying was AI assisted. So that makes it non-experimental because the AI wasn't doing it. It was just assisting you in doing it.
And any lawyer worth their 2 cents can be like, well, Your Honor,
Yeah.
that's stupid. Here's why it's stupid. You're looking at me like I'm an idiot for explaining to you why this is stupid. I'll just let you give your judgment now.
Your Honor, what the
Indeed.
fuck?
Yeah, Your Honor, I motion for what the fuck?
Your Honor, I motion for hoisted by their own petard. I don't want to say. I got nothing to say, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'd like to take
What's
a
the other
quick
one? Oh, yeah.
recess.
Your Honor, I motion for Sun Tzu. Never interrupt your enemy when he's making a mistake. I'll allow the prosecution to continue speaking.
Well, no, you just wouldn't say anything, but yeah. Your Honor, I'd like to ask for a small recess.
Oh, damn. That's fucking awful. So, in other news, Belfast.
Ah, yes,
Yep.
Belfast.
A Belfast moment. To be fair, we should have seen this coming. It's Belfast.
Yes. Well, that's true, and I have been effectively saying for the past around 5 years now that this was going to happen, and
Before
that
anyone
it
jumps in.
was going to get this bad, and people didn't like
Sorry,
that.
what happened in Belfast?
Okay,
fun.
so effectively, some Muslim decided he was going to behead a dude in Ireland because reasons.
He has a knife attack. Apparently, the
Gouged his
victim
eyes
was
out.
gouged out.
Yeah, gouged his eyes out, then tried to cut his head off while he was still alive with a dull knife, and got ganged up on by a couple of bystanders. Got the shit kicked out of him a little bit. His head little bit bashed in. And then the police showed up and didn't do much. Didn't do their jobs really. And so in response, the people of Ireland have decided that actually the Protestants aren't that bad after all. And actually have joined together now and are burning down migrant homes in a mass
So-
riot.
Do you
To
know
put-
how badly you have to have screwed up to get the Irish to say that?
Yeah, that's the
So-
point.
The
IRA
Irish are
and
notably
the
patient
royalists are working
until-
together.
They
I
are
beg your
notably
fucking
patient
pardon?
until they no longer are.
Yeah,
You don't want to be there for the no longer are part.
yeah. But
Yeah,
it-
they have
it-
fucked up so badly that all of the extreme groups that have historically hated one another are working together.
yeah. Yeah, they're literally kicking doors
okay.
in, ripping people out of the
Alright.
homes, and then setting them on fire.
Oh man.
The houses, to be specific.
Yes, yeah, no, they're not setting any people on fire yet.
I was going to
Yet.
say we did need that clarified.
Yeah, the yet is key. Because the people are chanting shit like millions now.
I'm gonna say, when do people start bringing up the black and tans?
Yeah. Like I said, it's kind of
Probably
taking on
by
a
the
new
end of the
meaning in this
week.
year.
Probably end of the week, at the rate this is going.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get another
You
version
can
of the
roast
Troubles,
my
part
AI
2.
prompting, I guess. Can't throw stones while living in a glass house. Generate several scenes from the game Persona 4 where the party members have to confront their shadow, but now every party member all accept their shadow rather than rejecting them. So I mean, the only real major issue here is you use the etc., which left it as an open-ended command.
Yeah.
You do it for every single one.
I would say the most important thing to do with the AI is you have to clearly establish a set of expectations. One thing that I've found that's sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not. Telling it that I am going to give you the following prompt. Review the prompt as if you are a blank.
True. Yeah, that can
Yeah,
also work, yeah.
You know, you are an author. You are a supply chain expert.
Right.
And of course, again, as Sneaky's mentioned, and I know we've all mentioned this, you gotta tell it, cite the damn sources. Whenever it does anything, you'd be like, you tell me where you acquired this magical information.
And then it also comes to the kind of like mixed bag that is shorthand, like POV. To us, obviously, we all know what POV means. But
I would say to the AI, it could go, the pursuit of vengeance. Yes, of course.
yeah, I mean, like it'll try and use context clues from the English language to like figure it out. Like if you look at the thought process, it'll occasionally be like, "Oh, they said POV." In this context, it likely means point of view, which is a literary technique describing how the viewpoint of the language should be used. Sometimes it won't do that. So if you want to, instead of saying POV, use something like first person perspective from the character of Ignazami, right? You know, stuff like thoroughly analyze the mechanics is very vague. The character struggles with people involved, the events surrounding the scenes, and the nature of the goal. That's a very vague, open-ended chunk right at the end. I would say something like propose blank from the perspective of the character blank, and then basically use the AI to refine how you're supposed to tell the AI to continue the scene. Sometimes you need to restart the session. That's another thing that apparently everyone else doesn't do, but I did, is that people would just keep using the same session forever.
Well, that's because they don't want their new friend to forget them.
Yeah, true.
Also,
yes.
Not sure why you wanted it to generate Persona 4, except Persona 4 just doesn't happen.
Persona 4, but it didn't happen.
Because
the end.
If the scenes are they accept their shadows, well, then they don't have a shadow. It just means they don't have a shadow, so they don't get involved. So nothing gets solved. People keep mysteriously dying and disappearing, and all's well that ends horribly. Basically,
Yes.
Everything got worse.
Yes.
Somehow.
Typical.
You made a Persona game worse. Congratulations, the
is the
spirit of George R.R. Martin
anticlimax.
will be arriving inside you momentarily.
The point is the anticlimax. That sounds like something really boring.
The point is the anticlimax. Okay, here's the way this story ends.
And the
He shows
director's
up.
reaction to the actors going off script. Cut. Do it again. There, that's the reaction.
Izanami was already directing everything behind the scenes, so that doesn't matter. There's no script to go off of if they accept their shadow, they don't have a shadow. That means they already accept who they are every inch from the get-go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure what you were trying to achieve here. I'm not sure what you thought you were cooking, but you need to put it back in the oven and get a few more ingredients.
You need to go back in the oven. In you go.
Also, if you want the director's reaction to actors going off script, just fucking play an expert round of Left 4 Dead 2 with me and Sneaky.
Spawn tank, spawn tank, spawn tank.
You could just feel the anger. We'll just bring up Groza in the voice chat to really get it going.
You have to make sure I'm there too, so she can get all our anger out at me.
Claude, give me persona. Hold the persona.
An anticlimax.
Persona with nothing.
Yeah, the actual anticlimax for Persona 4 for these scenes is they just don't go on the TV. There are no shadows to worry about, and people just keep randomly disappearing, but the main cast doesn't have that issue because they already accept who they are, which means they don't get the cool power-ups. Actually, I suppose they would get the power-ups.
I would say, so as someone who has not played P4 fully, I don't know what any of that means, but
So speaking of things,
I assume it's something at least somewhat similar to P5, where your kinks are part of you. Get freaky with yourself.
No, so in Persona, everyone has a shadow, and the shadow is the part of yourself that you have trouble accepting.
Right.
And it's really neat. The younger you are in or past your teens, the more the game would resonate with you, because it's about teenagers learning who they are as people.
Right.
So when you meet your shadow, it's something about yourself you've always tried to ignore. Like for Kanji, he has massive insecurity about being viewed as someone who is gay, because he, as a Japanese male,
right,
actually likes cute things, and he likes making dolls and plushes. It's a favorite hobby of his. His fear isn't that he's gay. His fear is that he's not sure who he is, and he hasn't yet figured out. You don't have to conform to what society thinks you should do. Just because you like making cute dolls doesn't make you a gay man. It just means you like needlework. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So it's the entire. It's the plot of damn it. What's the one where the girl does the cosplay? Yeah, Dress Up Darling.
Peak Manga.
Or rather, Dress Up Darling stole that, I should say.
Yes.
Yeah, with Gojo. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that. And unfortunately, certain people have tried to insist, no, he's definitely. It's like, nah, he's probably bisexual if nothing else, because the character he has a crush on, everyone thought was a male, then turns out it's a female cross-dressing as a male because they're in a line of work that is traditionally male-led. And again, it's that thing of like, it's okay to be a female, especially if you're one of the best in the field as a prodigy at the age of 15 or 16.
Right.
The other people having trouble with you, it's actually less to do with you being a girl and more to do with the fact that you are 15 and 20 years their junior in life, and you're kicking the shit out of their detective work.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes.
The gender's not helping that much, but it's mostly the age thing.
Well, the gender, from what I've seen in terms of in America, I can't say anything about Japan, obviously. what I've seen in
Mhm.
America when it comes to that sort of thing happening is that the age is the bigger important factor, but what pisses people off is when you try and bring gender into it. So they're not angry that the girl is better than them. They're angry that the 20-year younger girl is better than them, but they're still not angry about the girl part until you say, "Oh, is it because I'm a girl?" Then they're pissed at you.
I mean, it is worth pointing out how often that has been a trope in Western media of like, oh, you're just mad as a girl. It's like, no, I'm not. Because my mom was tough and would beat the shit out of me if I ever led my life with those beliefs.
I was gonna say these people have never met a single mother apparently in their lives.
Phew. Or they've never met never met one of the mothers that grew up with the chancla as their chosen weapon.
I was gonna say Hispanic mothers.
Chala!
Take your pick. You're either getting a Latina or you're getting a pissed off Asian woman. Take
But
your pick.
it's
They're
also on
both
top of
awful.
that, it's not just the fact that they're younger, it's that typically when you're younger and you got that position when you're younger, it's usually because you're smarter. And a common failing of smarter people is that they have no fucking idea that they're smart. Or they have too much of an idea that they're smart. And what I mean by that is when someone's really good at, say, geometry, and they can just look at things and calculate angles. The stuff they say will piss other people off when they're like, oh yeah, it's obviously 59 degrees, and everyone's like, what the fuck do you mean obviously? Because it sounds like you're talking down to them, and in your mind, you're like, no, obviously, like, it's a simple one. It's like, no, it's not fucking simple. You're just good at it.
Yeah, that's the personal bias. It's that thing that I still get surprised on, but I learned a long time ago not to voice it. Of like, oh yeah, I guess me being able to just figure something like that out within seconds is not normal. It's just
No.
my norm because I've lived with that my entire life.
It is, in fact, a sign that you may be an architect. You should
Indeed.
seek help immediately, lest you begin designing buildings in your sleep.
Lest you wake up one day
Oh,
as a
dear.
civil engineer, and no one wants that.
But yeah, no, Persona 4, great game, love the story. It's a fantastic, borderline coming of age, but not really coming of age. It's just teenagers figuring out who they are as people. But man, I feel bad for Naoto and Kanji as characters. They're the two I mentioned. Kanji was the dude who was gay. Naoto was the one. A female detective in a traditionally male-led field in Japan.
Right.
Because they've been hijacked as icons of a certain community.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
Because they don't understand the story beats.
Or they don't care and just want to co-opt them.
To be fair, the writing isn't exactly as nuanced as some people like to think it is.
Actually, the writing's really nuanced. I think that's the problem. The writing for those two specifically is actually decently nuanced, which I think is the problem.
I'm not going to throw any more stones. I'm only saying what I've heard because I haven't actually finished Persona 4. And I have been told I should before it comes out.
I'm going to say it. Persona 4 is
He's going to say it!
Persona 5 for writing. Plain and simple. But part of that is also because I actually am a sucker for a good mystery, and it does some really good groundwork for that. Unfortunately, because it is a 60 to 100 hour game that you may be playing over the course of 3 months, you might miss the clues when you're like, all right, who's the culprit?
I don't remember what the fuck was going on here.
No, Persona 4 is really well written.
The cast all reject the shadow.
I mean, I have Golden.
Absurd
I
for them
suppose
to
I will go
accept,
play
especially
Golden.
because of the sudden
I would say I have to play. Man, I gotta play Golden. I gotta play P3. I gotta play
They reject their hidden
P5.
selves.
I need to
The
do
shadow
P3
gets
and-
stronger from the rejection, and the TV world gets its climax. A battle ensues, and the ends the person accepting. However, it's possible with anticlimactic if the party members, when confronted with their deep insecurities, accept them, even if it hurts to admit. I mean,
The problem with you wanting to posit this is the only character with the emotional to have that happen at their age is the main character. And the reason even he has that problem is because part of his thing is really deep-seated abandonment issues. Like, if he hadn't made the friends he did in this game, he would have grown up into a particularly fucked up individual who would never be able to make meaningful connections to anyone for the rest of his life.
Ooh.
Yeah, his parents were always moving around for their jobs. He went with them. He'd do like 1 or 2 years in a new city or a new town and then have to move.
Yeah, I
yes, the
remember
permanent
bits
Which-
new
and pieces of
kid.
that lore.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's why it's fan fiction.
did
I mean-
you really just hit me with the it's fan fiction thing when I just
Can we
explained
ban him?
why this doesn't work?
Yes.
That's crazy.
More specifically, you did it on this show.
Man, listen, man.
Man has a
I have
checklist.
always defended that this is fan fiction with a caveat that you've got to be able to convince someone who really loves the thing in particular. Man, AI gassing people up really changes them, huh?
True. Big real, man.
I actually
big
don't know if
real.
AI have been gassing him up, but like
It's funny to assume it
again,
is.
the
It's
only
funny to accuse
character
people of it.
the only character who can have this anticlimactic moment still wouldn't be able to have it because of their particular circumstances.
Now, I mean, if you
Very-
want to write a full-on fanfic in where the events go just a little bit different, that when the climax finally comes around, the characters are in a different mental and emotional and narrative state where they accept their
Okay.
shadows, thus ruining the climactic battle. That would be different.
Okay.
But
All right. You know what? I have one way that he can do this.
okay, we're all ears, Max.
There is actually a second character. Now that I'm thinking about this, there's a second character he can do this with, but he has to make a really big change.
Uh-huh.
Naoto has to be brought into the fold early. The detective who puts things together has to be able to put this has to be brought in way sooner so they see, oh, that's a shadow. That's what happens. So when it's eventually Naoto's turn on the TV, it's like, oh, I get it now. And then you can have your anticlimax, but that is the only character you can feasibly do that with.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to bring them in like the moment they enter town. That's when they have to be brought in.
Well, I mean,
So
it's
they
like I
have-
said.
They have
if
to
you
be
want
there
to
for the
construct
Naoto's
a
got to be
lot-
there for the kanji fight, basically.
Yeah, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If you want to construct with the whole story's purpose would be to set up a series of events that changes all of the characters, because the goal, in his words, is to have all of the characters accept their shadow. So if you set up a story in which a chain of events occurs, causing them to all be emotionally, mentally, narratively different at the end, where the climax occurs for this event, yeah, I'd buy that. But if you just want to off the rip be like, no, everything else happened exactly as canon, but this one thing that would never happen to any of these characters happens instead, it's like, okay. I guess what I'm saying is it's the investment, right? It's the invest. I am more concerned with the investment than the idea, and that's why I get so pissed at all of these bad ideas when it comes to fan
Wait.
fiction.
I'm sorry, Sneak, I need to interrupt you.
Yeah.
The characters accept their shadows after a small bat, so you're still having them fight?
That's what?
Hey,
What?
Are you okay?
We ban him.
If you
Just canon
grind
is
in that
mediocre.
game,
Eh.
if you grind in that game, you can end the shadows within 4 to 5 turns if you're playing on easy. I've already done the few minutes later small battle crap. It's the same scene.
Max, please, 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 Max, please.
This is why I don't engage
It's
with
just
fandoms
fan
that I'm
fiction,
part
Max,
of.
please.
This is why I don't engage with fandoms that I'm a part of.
Incredibly smart decision.
It's
Well-
so easy not to interact with it. And this is why.
True, fair. But I mean, it's like, you know. It's why if
Okay.
you go on my favorites
Alright.
on FFN,
Alright, he's edited it. He's now in canon they fight their shadows.
Okay.
I don't know if he's doing that because I called him out and he changed it, or if he just for some reason skipped over that part.
I don't know.
Why not?
Even though he already explained that they do fight it in his summary. Like less than 4 minutes. Yeah, about 4 minutes prior.
Anyway, point being though is that when it comes to fan fiction, I am there for the ride, right? I don't want to open your story to a teleport pad to the end. You know? That there's no fun and only bread cancer at the end of that. No one likes bread cancer. Right, Nose?
I don't know why you're suddenly bringing this up to me.
Well, Nose, if you followed along with any of the words I just said, you would have known I made a TF2 reference.
Oh.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm just not used to you making any sort of references to TF2.
Why not? I played shit tons of TF2.
Phoenix, if you want to make that story, you're welcome to. And I'm gonna be honest, with how the average fanfiction reader is, they're gonna eat it up.
Like I said, I'm not saying don't. If you want to write it, go for it. I'm just saying, when people do stuff like this, it's like, damn. Yeah, technically speaking, it's your time, it's your life. If you want to sit there and watch paint dry on a wall, I literally can't stop you. But I feel like there's better things you could be doing with your time than that.
I can't even throw stones for that. I watched paint dry on the model site.
Well, to be fair,
Granted.
sometimes you're getting paid for that.
Yeah, but sometimes it's relevant. Sometimes you're trying to layer codes.
So sometimes I gotta wait 2 minutes between codes, and it's like, okay, is it dry? Nope. It's dry. Nope. It's dry. Yes. Holy shit! It is coming down outside.
But 6 hours of paint drying, whatever, a YouTube video, ASMR. But point being though, it's like I'm there for the journey. That's why I read fan fiction. That's why I shit on all of these fanfics all the time. Is because these authors don't want to write the journey. They want to write the they want to write the epilogue effectively. They want to make their entire story the epilogue, where their character is already powerful, already friends with everyone, already has the solutions to everything. And we're just wrapping the story up, except we're wrapping the story up for 500,000 fucking words. If they ever get that far, but, most of them don't, because the author eventually, one day, just stops writing it because they wake up and they go, oh, I don't have anywhere to go with this. It's like, yeah, it's because you skipped the fucking journey. No shit, you don't have anywhere to go with it.
No, it's fine.
But
oh yeah, by the way, completely off topic of this, I remembered what was releasing June 11th that my brain was excited for.
Oh,
It's the Trazen DLC for Rogue Trader.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
hell
Well,
yes.
did you know the Steam page is now updated, and you can go to the store on Steam, and you now have a release calendar that might interest you.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
probably going to use that to track what they're doing, but I will still be on the
It's
lookout
called
for
Your
GOG
Personal
pages.
Calendar, and it's actually pretty
I saw
cool
that
because
today.
you can filter by how many games, if they're on your wish list already, if you already own them, if they're only in early access.
I did see that, and it's really cool. But I don't know that I'll be using that side of let's go see if there's a GOG page for this game as well.
Oh my god, that is just RimWorld.
Wait, has
But-
Zenless? Oh, Zenless Zone Zero is putting themselves on Steam on June 16th, apparently.
Yes. Yep.
Oh.
Wow.
That's literally just
your
RimWorld
numbers.
FTL.
I was gonna say I don't think ZZZ has anything to do with RimWorld, but
Has
Cool.
has the personal calendar nailed you down, Sneaky?
Yeah, except it's recommending me games with mixed reviews. User unfriendly game. Spent an hour trying to figure out how to control my ship. I managed to get the mining laser to fire once before the ship exploded and everyone died. Not even worth free. Delete, delete, delete. Abandoned 8 years ago.
Wow.
Oh
Wow.
man, I can't wait. Can't wait. We have the Trazen DLC. Listen.
I can't
if
play
it's
that
just-
game.
Why not?
Because the game crashes on load.
Oh,
Have
that's
you
And it
tried
has-
Toys.
And it has for a year and a half now.
Have
through
you tried
multiple
the magic of
uninstalls.
Toy Box?
No.
Freely place and customize each element to create the perfect home for your growing population. This is literally a city decorator. They've really feminized the fucking city builder genre.
Huh?
God damn.
don't worry about it.
A
goodbye.
game called Town to City is coming out, and the entire premise is you just building beautification and like pixel by pixel deciding the angle of the homes and everything.
I don't want that.
And
That'll
like
drive
where
me
the trees
insane.
go and the roads go and the flowers. You get to pick what flowers go and where the colors are and how they're organized on the street side.
Well, why?
Because
Why
women.
Why not?
Blaming woman got it.
Yeah, blaming women.
As like Leon from Resident Evil 4, I will say the funny line: "Women."
Amazing.
Sorry.
Tabletop game simulator, game shop simulator. So we're moving beyond tabletop simulator. We have now moved into the final tier of slop. Game shop simulator.
No,
I
no,
can't
no,
wait
no.
to buy
No, no,
my.
no.
We've been there for a minute with
Yeah, I was saying,
Card
A,
Shop
we've been there,
Simulator.
but B, there's a much lower level of slop. Sneaky, do you know about you're a scalper, aren't you?
Oh,
So this one, you run your friendly local neighborhood TCG shop. However, you want to make money, and you have to decide whether or not you're going to deal with scalpers and shake them down for money, or keep cards and tell scalpers to fuck themselves so that real fans can play and get the cards.
Forge Wars. Oh my god. It's literally just Dota characters and Warhammer characters.
Wait, what?
The tabletop game shop simulator. And then you can open the boxes and then build the figurines and then do a quick time event to paint them.
Oh, good.
Tabletop game shop.
An Osu-based quick time event, mind you.
Oh
no.
no. Oh god.
Wow.
That locks an entire section of that game off for several people.
This game was on track to be amazing, and then update 1 was great, and then all of a sudden we got a post saying, actually, we're no longer updating this game. Go check out our next one. No fucking
basically,
way.
They released Slump and were like, "Oh, actually, go watch."
They
our next one."
Games Workshopped people.
How dare they?
I can't believe it. We've come full circle.
I'm sorry. The opportunity was too prime, too pure.
Oh wow, yeah, no, they're correct. They straight up basically announced, "Hey, we've hit 1.0. We're gonna keep like 2 guys on the maintenance team for this game. We're not adding any more features. We're not adding anything else. We're just gonna bug fix from now on. Go buy our new game called Blooming in Budbury, where you do literally this, except it's not an asset flip that everyone's been using. It's a new asset flip using new assets."
Okay.
Yeah, because, everyone's doing the simulator type where everyone's using the same fucking assets. It's like the grocery store simulator, the gas station simulator, the trading card shop simulator, and the trading tabletop game simulator. They're all using the exact same assets. This one's using medieval assets, but it's literally just the same game. Oh god. Oh, but you can farm your own kush now.
Oh boy. I think I would just boot Schedule 1 back up for that. I'm gonna be real.
Well,
Yeah,
I think we
was
should
gonna
play
say.
Schedule 1.
I'll get that if
I
we
think
That
we should do
game is a
co-op game.
trip.
Yeah.
That game is a trip.
See, I was
I don't
joking
know.
about farming your own kush in this game, and then literally the next second of the trailer was showing off the weed plants.
I don't know. I'm worried this might give me
can't
ideas
make
about
that shit
starting
up.
my own drug.
Can't make that shit up. Schedule 1, honestly, very fun game. I played it way back in the day. I had a blast for like a week doing it. How many hours of Schedule 1 do I have? I played quite a bit.
7,842 hours and counting.
Last played May 2025. It's been a minute, gentlemen. 60 hours.
I mean, that's a year.
Yeah, the game's not been out for. The game's not been out long enough for it to be way back in the day.
Anniversary update. It's been a year. Yep. What a wild year it's been. People have played collectively 34,000 years of this game.
God damn. Man scored big.
Damn.
Well, hours played doesn't really mean shit.
Yeah. I mean, he has a very dedicated player base, so I think that's something worth being proud over.
Oh no, that's good. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, that doesn't necessarily mean he scored big. Like,
Fair enough.
you could have a very small, very dedicated group of people.
True. And then you could have the
Which,
whole
again, there's
community.
absolutely value in that, and if you've captured an audience like that, that's fantastic. But it does not necessarily mean hala hala getala.
Fair enough.
Special customers wins community vote 3. All right, well, good for them. I mean, look, it's a small team. The guy's been slowly ramping up, so apparently he's been fucking successful. But that's the real reason why I haven't played all that much, is that I kind of beat the game, and then sure, some of the updates add a little bit of content, but it's only a little bit of content, you know? It's only a little bit. The point of the party members in a canon might be theory to accept their insecurities but reject their shadow due to sudden shock, being like their insecurities are 200% their insecurity. They instinctively are disgusted but come around to accept it. Here they might not have that disgust reaction that causes them to reject themselves. Like when Shadow Chi confronts Chi with her jealousy of Yukiko and her putting others down to make herself feel better because she doesn't think that she's special, it's possible that Chi breaks down and accepts it. I mean, you don't have to have her break down and cry about it. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
But you don't have to have her break down and cry about it.
He's not listening and understanding why, again, there's only 2 characters this could feasibly happen with, and
The only one that might seem
again,
like actually impossible
one of
would be
them's
Incel
near
Gamer, dude.
impossible.
This
Like,
would be a one-shot or a short series of chapters from the mastermind villain's perspective, who thinks that she set up an interesting show only to have it be totally dumped on, cheesing her masterful design. I don't know. I just don't think the payoff is there, dude. Again, like anti-climax is again only good when you've built up the climax to there. But you want to write a fan fiction where you're not building the climax up. You're relying on assuming that everyone already remembers and feels the same way you do about the climax of the game. And then you're going to subvert their expectations that you are assuming they have by not doing the thing that you assume they assume you are doing.
It's all quite cyclical.
All for the payoff of it being from the perspective of a character that the audience doesn't usually...
Character who's a massive spoiler at that.
Yeah, doesn't usually put their perspective into. So basically, you want to write a niche for a niche of a niche, and you want to assume that everyone who's reading the story is in the same mental space that you are when writing it. Again, I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying that there are better ways to watch paint dry. And if Sign was here, I'd make fun of him. But he's not here. He might have known.
Good.
Yes. See here. That's what's been happening as well on his free server right now. His free server is filled with fucking retards. Let me tell you, his free server is filled with fucking retards.
Well, you cultivate what you see in the world.
You know, yeah, I will say, you know, the viewers are a lot like the streamer or the author. You know, like attracts like, I suppose, in these sorts of cases. Or cultivates like, I suppose, is the better way to say it.
But he doesn't write cultivation stories, does he?
Everything's a cultivation story.
Oh, I'm very funny. He said, lying to himself.
No.
I say, knowing that I'm going to write a Kingdom Hearts cultivation story to annoy Nose.
Good luck with that.
I was going to say good luck with that one.
Steam, where did you pull this from for my personal calendar?
Oh.
What, Max, what has it pulled for you?
Truck-kun is supporting me from another world.
What?
You play as the Isekai truck.
Wait, hang on, what? No, wait.
It's a peak.
Okay.
I am gonna drop this in gaming.
Gem discovered?
That's certainly a choice.
Run over pedestrians as Truck-kun, make deliveries, and defeat the Skeleton King across 2 worlds. Oh boy.
That is certainly a choice.
Alright, well, I'm gonna put this on the wish list, and I'm gonna keep an eye out for this and hope they give us a demo.
That's some art.
It's something.
Something indeed. Something indeed. What the fuck?
Hang on, it's actively telling you to run over pedestrians.
Yes.
Yep.
Carissa Ward was all set to start her new job as the VP of Marketing until you hit her with your truck and transported her consciousness to a world of fantasy and magic. Rather than accept her fate, gathering a party and going on a journey of
Oh my
growth
god,
and
they put a
self-discovery.
they put a theme song. They put
I mean, that's certainly a
It's
plot.
an idea.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hang on, I can drift the truck?
I like how this potentially implies that the heroes are dying so fast, it's like you're playing a Darkest Dungeon campaign.
No, that's not what's happening.
Yeah, no, that's not it at all. Okay, wait, hang on. This is absolutely going on the wish list.
Oh, I thought it was like you're killing so many isekai heroes.
No.
No, Atten just sat here and read out what was happening, man.
This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Meanwhile, Steam has somewhat insulted me by recommending the Black Flag resynced on July 9th.
I'm gonna be honest, this is effectively just Katamari Damacy? Damacy, yeah. This is literally just
You just say
Katamari
Katamari, we know what you're
Damacy,
talking about.
except it's got a little fight bar at the bottom instead of a ball that gets bigger. Which I think is
Yeah, that's fine.
massively undervalued. I think ball get bigger is peak gameplay. It's a devolution of the series. As far as the back and forth dialogue and the tongue-in-cheek nature of it all, I mean, at least they're, taking it as seriously as you should.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just to say not at all.
Listen,
see.
when they included a stupid schmarmy theme song, they had me, okay?
What the fuck? Looking at screenshots for Avatar, the fighting game. And what the fuck is this impact effect that they have given Sokka's sword?
Don't worry, you can now fight Azula's greatest enemy yet,
Oh.
schizophrenia.
Why is Sokka's impact frame something I would expect from Virgil?
Oh, well,
Why
that's
is it
easy.
so menacing? That's just Boomerang Boy. Why is it so menacing?
Well, I mean, first of all, he turned into one of the most menacing individuals ever. Second of all, it's obviously Sokka Virgil. Virgil reincarnated as Sokka.
No way. How did Destiny 2 re-peak? What the hell?
So it's a protest event. They basically everyone's going to play Destiny 2 on the 9th to protest Marathon to show that they want Destiny 3, not over
Hey,
Marathon.
you know what? That's possibly the best way they could have gone about it.
Yep.
But yeah, so I mean, there's also this.
I just found it funny. Just see it.
I
Like,
posted that in
just-
news because that's something. The TLDR
yeah.
on the video is that women are realizing they can't have it all.
No.
Any
Yeah,
such cases? Question mark.
many such cases, especially nowadays. Yeah. So a lot of basically the thing is it's a new scam. It's a new scam advertising to women who are trying to search for cheap fertility treatments online, because they have hit the wall of age and want their first child, and they don't have any money because they spent it all on, women shit,
Themselves.
and so they're now searching for cheap alternatives to fix time effectively. And so now they're being scammed in mass with these fertility websites that are offering cheaper sperm donor alternatives.
Wait a minute. It's not expensive to get sperm.
No, it's not.
Not even remotely, and that's because
No.
the supply significantly outstrips the demand.
Yes. But you see, Atten, to get sperm the air quotes cheap way, they would actually need to do work and contribute to society in a way that they felt they don't need to. And so instead, they're going to just buy a product that says it's definitely going to work, believe me, for real, and do it that way instead. How to pick up a guy. Just be nice to them. Note, many women fail this task.
Yes.
You wouldn't believe how many of them fail this task.
So, what the fuck? Harry Potter and the Surprisingly Competent History of Magic Professor? It's an AI written story, but it's obviously been storyboarded by a human. I strongly suspect the author is also English second language who is abusing AI translation. I like it, however. But there's two problems. Book 1 and Book 2 of a series. Oh. No, so he moved on to a different topic. That's... okay. Y'all are fucking retarded. I swear to God. Oh, you know what? I will inflict this upon everyone here. I inflicted it upon Gray on Monday, so now I'm going to inflict it upon you guys.
What was this?
Here it is. And let's see... here.
Oh, that one. I still hate you for that.
It's. I hate this. We can't be friends anymore. This was the final straw, apparently.
I was making fun of when stories get AI generated and then the author decides that they really, really, really have to add their 2 cents into the AI generated story. And then in true mystical power manages to not understand what English is despite looking at it, despite generating a story with it, and completely fails all grammatical rules, all spelling, just totally fails sentence construction. And then it goes right back to the AI words, and then it goes right back to what they felt they really needed to include.
Yeah, of course.
Very important.
Locking in literary version. Not quite. When Sneaky sobers up, but then finds the bottle again. Okay, that was a little bit fair because I was writing with Gray yesterday, and I was
What a
reading
horrible time.
the stuff that I had written when I was drunk, and I was like,
Fuck
Great.
do you mean I wrote this?
I need to rewrite this book.
Yes.
Great, why did you let me write this?
Well, no, it was less, why did you let me write this? And more like, oh, you know what? On a second reread when I'm not fucking drunk, not as good of an execution as I thought it was when I was drunk.
The execution could have been better.
Yeah. So I had to rewrite those parts. And then I blinked, and then 3 hours passed.
And then you did 3 pages.
Yes. I did say 3 hours passed when I blinked, so, I mean, it's kind of implied that I didn't exactly accomplish all that much.
Yes, but then you did hit 2 hours worth of work in 10 minutes, essentially.
I suppose, yeah. I suppose. Speaking of 2 hours worth of work in 10 minutes, let us look at, you know what, Legend of Zelda got announced, right? So let us look at some Legend of Zelda stories.
Ocarina of Time did get announced, that's true.
Yep. So, let's see what we got here. We got, Ganon's Return. Link Ferron is a young, cocky, confident captain in the Hylian army, commanding a company of his own in the blazing heat of lowercase Hyrule's summer. He and the princess were always on different terms, but when war erupted, what the fuck did, what the hell is different terms? What? But when war erupts, they are forced to work together with soldiers, civilians, and even animals to save the kingdom and defeat Ganon as he threatens to return. No ending period. A Zelda fan 34. I hope to God you want 34.
No, Zelda fan was just
certainly
taken
not the
33
34th
times.
fan.
So to start off with, I really hate this summary because they're like, oh, you know, when a threat to the kingdom occurs, the soldiers will have to work with soldiers to fight Ganon with the help of the civilians and animals. It's like, yeah, that's what's called an industry, and war dogs and other such creatures.
This man clearly hasn't heard about the Balkans.
It's a very common thing, actually, for us to use animals in wars and civilians supporting the wars with products and assistance. That is how wars happen in general. If I click on this profile,
I mean, if you click on that profile, you're gonna regret it, man.
fuck.
Why'd you fucking click on it?
You knew what you were getting into. Don't just say fuck. You knew.
Joined June 2nd. I don't think this guy's 13. However, I do think he's retarded.
No. Really?
So I'm going to say this is a obvious author sock puppet. But based on the fact that they've written 4 stories for Legend of Zelda or Full Metal Jacket, and they say, I am a fan fiction writer and I enjoy writing Zelda fics, Star Wars, Metroid, The Rookie, Jurassic World, World War II, Vietnam War, and etc.
The
That's
Rookie?
that is so disjointed you cannot use etc. there. You also misspelled Vietnam. You
It's
spelled
just
it
that jungle.
Vietnam. Mainly action stories and humor, sometimes mystery and adventure. I hope you enjoy my writing. So I don't think it's English second language. I'm going to say, I'm going to place this person around the age, because they say Jurassic World, right? I think this person's not older than 18. What do you guys think?
Mayhaps.
Seems about right.
Let's see what else we got here. We got Nam, a teen's short tale. Okay, yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm sorry, did you V2 your story with only 4,000 words out of the original?
Sometimes that's how it goes.
Bro, just
For some reason.
That should not be
just
how
delete
it goes.
it at that point, right? It's like
Yeah, I was gonna say just delete the 4,000 words and be like, no.
you had two favorites, which one of those favorites was yourself. You had one
And your
person
mom was
favorite
the
your
other one.
story. And you got a fucking bot leaving a review. You get only bots. That's all you're getting, author. You're only getting bots on your stories. Tragedy mystery, 59 words. Oh yeah, no. This guy, this is a kid. This is like 16 years old. It was a dark and stormy night. Psych, that's cliche. Actually, it was a quite enjoyable afternoon in Hateno town. The sun was out and the kids were playing and the crops were growing, and no one questioned the deeply suspicious well at the edge of town until one day the hero made a visit to the town. That's the whole chapter.
No.
I Yeah, no, this guy's absolutely 16. I just looked at his Full Metal Jacket story. Nam, a teen's short tale of K-Saw. When Will Coens is drafted into the U.S. Army to fight the Viet Cong, so you can't even spell Viet Cong correctly still, he was excited. After all, war veterans were heroes, right? But when he lands at LZ Lima, he discovers the war has no heroism to speak of. He must learn from his fellow soldiers and overcome his challenging officers to survive. This story also includes a what if of women serving on the front lines in Nam.
They die exactly the same as everybody else.
No,
Story finished.
they probably get raped.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. That happens, and then they die like everyone else.
Oh yeah. It's also why we don't typically put women on the front lines because of the rape. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
What do you mean story doesn't have any chapters? Is this story gone? I mean, I can get the reviews for the story. Oh! Sometimes by their fellow soldiers. Did you know that women were about 80% of the rape write-ups in the U.S. Army in Afghanistan?
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
And by that, I mean women raping other people.
That one does surprise me.
It shouldn't. It about matches the same stats for domestic abuse from lesbians. The sort of people that's going to go and sign up to the military, it's probably going to be butch. They're going to have probably similar attitude problems that cause all the problems in lesbian relationships. It makes sense. It's not great, but it makes sense. I do also remember one report where basically they had a mixed unit and then all of the women kept getting pregnant simultaneously. And so they separated the units and put like it was a female only base or something. And then all of the women just started raping each other. So,
I'm gonna need that report.
yeah,
I was gonna say that's a report that I feel like needs sources.
It was like 8 years ago. Let's see if I can't find something then.
I want to be clear. If it exists, I'll be like, well, that's
Disappointing.
deeply disappointing.
Um,
Follow this road, I guess.
Jesus Christ. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Deleted, 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 user banned, deleted. Um, okay. Ooh. That's not a great stat.
Okay. So
Studies found confidence in punishment being implemented. I'm muting you, Nose.
Wasn't me. It's Gray.
Okay. Studies found that confidence in reports resulting in disciplinary action have gone from 80% down to 39%. So they're not reporting it anymore, so that's not great. Let's see here. Studies found that 65% of service members who reported sexual abuse were retaliated against by their superior.
I came back from my phone call at the wrong time.
Yeah, you did.
Uh-huh. Okay. Military sexual assault rates are higher than DoD estimates. Um, mm, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of numbers, and no one's willing to break down what those numbers are composed of. Oh, here we go. We
Yeah.
got one. So for 2018, women were 13K of the sexual assaults, and men were 7.5K of the sexual assaults.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Oh no, it's about to get worse.
That's not
I'm
great.
allergic to bad news.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Figure 2. Okay, so what is this one breakdown in figure 2? This figure 2 shows that, okay, service women. Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting. A large portion, a near majority of men who are sexually assaulted are more likely to report the sexual assault as a hazing incident rather than a sexual assault. And we're
Yes,
talking
the boys will be
48%.
boys thing.
48% of men would do that, while only 20% of women would report a incident as a hazing attempt instead. Sexual assaults on men were done at a near 50-50 ratio. An additional 30%. Okay, so according to the 2018 statistics, we're now at 30% of sexual assaults on women are done by women. How many people on average might have reported it? Okay, so women are twice as likely to report it, estimated by the DoD. That's brutal then, because if women are twice as likely to report it than men, that means more men are being sexually assaulted, which I mean makes sense because there's more men in the military, but per capita, that's pretty brutal for women.
Yeah, I would say listen, none of those numbers are good because basically every single one of those numbers always comes down to way more people are getting things done to them than they are admitting.
Yeah.
And it is a problem.
Yeah.
Partially, and regardless of which gender, it absolutely comes down to shame. Now,
Oh, absolutely.
it's two very different.
Ostracization, shame, maltreatment.
I would say it's two very different kinds of shame, right? For women, it is ostracization and being looked at as impure, unclean, no longer acceptable, tainted, damaged goods, whatever phrasing you want to apply there. Whereas for guys, it's what kind of fucking weak ass bitch are you?
Yeah, effectively.
It's like, why would you tell me this?
Yeah, well, it's not only why would you tell me this, it's like, what do you want me to do? Kiss you and give you a cookie for your boo-boo? None of
And then on
which.
top of that, you have the upper management, mostly the ones perpetrating it, because they have the power in the situation. And it took until apparently 2018-ish for commanders of the facility to no longer be handling their own sexual assault cases.
Yeah, that's always one of those things where it's like when the police check the body camera footage and say, no, everything we did was perfectly justified. What are you talking about? The American Fork Police Department's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
As an
yeah.
LA cop would say, why do I suddenly have the feeling about... Why do I suddenly feel like I need to punch an LA motorist?
What?
Don't worry about it.
Nose.
No, nose, come on, walk us through the
What?
thought process.
Well, you know, LAPD in the 90s was very much a, hey, I'm going to beat the shit out of you for no reason other than the fact that I have rage issues.
So, okay, so the Carmelo Anthony prosecution has just been delivered. He's getting 35 years in prison with half time for parole. For just straight up murking a dude.
That's not going to
mean-
have problems, surely.
I'm sure that will pan out perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot depends on the parole, right? 35 years is quite some time. It is possible for someone to spend that amount of time in prison and be repentant. I don't know that this particular individual will, but spending, call it 18 years in prison may be enough to make someone repentant.
Well, I
One would hope so.
sure. I'm still not really I kind of really don't care about repentance. Repentance after punishment means nothing to me. It's like, okay, you have a sibling, so I can use
Yes.
this example.
Yep.
You got in a fight with your brother. Your mom tells your brother to tell you sorry. He tells you sorry. Do you feel like he means it? No, of course not.
No.
No. That's the kind of
But-
thing where they say sorry, they leave the room, and they say, I'm not sorry at all, fuck you. And you say, fuck
Yeah,
you.
exactly. And that's my point. It's, okay, so the mom came down, punished him, and then he said sorry to you. It's like, okay, but my Xbox is still now fucking in pieces. It's like, you saying sorry to me after you've been punished doesn't undo the thing you destroyed.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I think the time scale is part of what's important, right? Now, obviously, for an
I mean, the
Xbox-
problem there, though, is that the time scale doesn't matter because one person has a time scale and the other one person doesn't anymore.
Yeah, but again, what I'm saying, it is possible for someone to be genuinely remorseful and then try to make a difference. Like, we have seen
Sure.
the prison system accomplish that. Mostly it's because they found religion. And again, I'm not saying this guy's going to magically become a good person. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But I think 18 years is a sufficient amount of time to come back and check on someone and go, what do we do with this person?
Yeah, well, possibly. I just, his attitude around the whole thing everything that him and his family did, everything, all of the public statements they made before he was ever arrested.
Oh no, I want to be clear. I agree with you, and guess what? Those are in fact
what's the court gonna call that
asterisk.
shit? Aggravating factors or something?
No, it's so in terms of when a parole officer looks at that, those are statements that will be taken into consideration.
Right, but no, I meant more in terms of my disbelief of his ability to change.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The
Right.
parole court, because it is a court, they will go, statements you made at the time you were arrested will lead us to question your remorse.
Right.
That kind of thing. Now, again, there's an asterisk on there of I don't know that always, right? I'm not going to sit there and say that happens 100% of the time. I'm not going to sit there and say it's a perfect system, because sometimes they look at it and go, yeah, you said I killed that guy and I'd do it again.
Parole approved.
Yes. Now, it may be because, right, maybe the guy got up and gave a tearful speech about how he found Jesus and he's sorry and he's wants to go and try to do whatever and try to keep other young people from making the mistakes that he did, or some other sob story or whatever.
Sure.
Because again, unfortunately, parole,
people can lie.
People can lie, and the entire concept of parole is based on people can change and be remorseful and even sometimes simply not be worth keeping in the prison system anymore. And so then someone, a fallible person, has to look at it and use their best judgment and go, fine, we'll let this person out. Asterisk, there's a huge ass line of things you're supposed to do, and if those things were enforced better, parole might be less of a crapshoot, right? You have to wear the ankle monitor. You have to do this. You have to check in. If you don't check in, what are the penalties? What are the remedies? Etc., etc. Which, again, all of this really, again, goes back to your favorite thing of, I'd like it if we enforced the rules we had on the books.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, parole as a concept written into the U.S. Code of Justice is a really sensible, smart idea that it will cost us money to keep this person in prison, which is costing the taxpayer money. After X amount of time, we'll see if we can let them out. And if we do let them out, they have to do X, Y, Z. We have these technologies to monitor them. They're subject to these restrictions. They can't do this. They can't own that. They have to inform people of these things. And if they have to meet these people weekly, and if those things actually occurred and we funded that, because to be clear, parole is one of the most underfunded aspects of police departments, right next to de-escalation training, which I again further support taking all of the money that's currently dumped into the monolithic entity known as police and taking a hammer to it to break those things up. Keep the money the same, but this money goes to the guy walking the beat. This money goes to the guy that does riot control. This money goes to the person whose job is to de-escalate a situation. And that money goes to the people whose job it is to walk around and follow up on all the people that we're supposed to be following up on. Because if you make someone wear 1 million different hats, you'll get one person out of 1 million who wears every single hat perfectly. And then you're going to get 999 million people who wear all 1 million of those hats really fucking bad.
Yes, that's fair and true. I mean, speaking as someone who has known police officers, typically the issue with that idea of splitting the labor up to be more specialized is that effectively you have surges and lulls, and
absolutely,
full moon comes out, de-escalation guy is out in force, but he's being overwhelmed because we need 5 de-escalation guys on the full moon day, but the other 29 days of the month we don't need him like at all really. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, wouldn't it be more cost effective to just teach the general police officer how to de-escalate a little bit than have a dedicated de-escalation guy?
Yeah, except the problem with that is, well, for one,
It's
de-escalation
compromise.
is one of the things we most commonly need them for, and more importantly, if you give someone a gun, anyone a gun,
Right.
and they are taught to operate under the assumption that hostile situations, right? I'm using that as a broad general descriptor,
Right.
are going to be a threat to their life and that they need to protect themselves and that they are legally allowed to do so with very little review or scrutiny.
I mean, it's pretty heavily reviewed, especially nowadays with all the body cams everywhere.
Yes, it's more heavily reviewed now. But again, that's one of those things where those are the people that can turn off their right. The guy who can turn off his body camera can just turn off his body camera, and that's it.
Well,
Like-
then you actually get in more trouble.
I'm aware, but they can turn it off, and then you don't have proof that.
Yeah,
right,
but that
then
comes just back to my original point of we kind of need to enforce the laws we have on the books of that
Oh,
sort of
absolutely.
stuff.
that's a
And
totally
and again,
valid thing.
it's like the
But
Lego
to my point-
situation is a great example of this. Is the police get away with blatant corruption when the entire system is compromised?
Yes.
And so you can't you can put all the body cameras you want, but if they just blatantly lie and redact all the footage, it doesn't matter whether they were on or off.
Yes.
You can give all the de-escalation training all you want, but it doesn't matter if all of the cops on site agree that nope, it was totally valid to shoot the guy, and then his boss agrees, and then the police investigate themselves and they agree. And so, yes, they are being given guns and they are being sent into situations that are going to be possibly deadly to them. And especially in certain areas, the paranoia on the police officer's end can more often than not end up with a situation that might have been able to be salvaged turning into a body.
Yeah, and I want to be clear. I am not faulting those officers. They are given a specific set of training and instructions and an operating set of procedures, and they operate according to those procedures. I am faulting the procedures and the training of those procedures, right? Because if you have someone, right, we generally speaking don't need to send 2 to 3 armed individuals to a domestic incident.
I mean,
You-
yes, but no. In a better world, we wouldn't need to, but in this world, we
But
do.
here's the thing. That's the kind of thing where you can send, right? Let's say you have Officer Friendly, whose job is
Sure.
to de-escalate, and you have Officer Hardass, whose job is to go, hold on a moment there. Sit the fuck down, right? And you can have it so that Officer Hardass is standing back and off to the side where they are less likely to be in danger, which increases their chances of being objective. Not perfect. Not perfect by any means. Is it more likely to lead to a better outcome that doesn't result in a body without it being strictly necessary for there to be a body? So far as we can tell from studying people, yes.
But I mean, Yes, but at the same time, you also have situations now where you're like, okay, so we need to de-escalate. So if this is the de-escalation person, then are they armed? Well, we don't want them to be armed because they're supposed to de-escalate. It's like, okay. So now we're relying on them to trust someone else who is a distance away from them to react to something they might not be able to see, to something they might not have a sight line on. What if the person, what if, say it's, let's go with the Hollywood classic domestic abuse case, right? Someone calls it in, the police show up, the de-escalation person goes up to the door opens, guy answers with a shotgun, blasts the police officer.
I mean, not to be crude, but that was going to result in a dead police officer, regardless of whether it was the de-escalation guy or not.
Maybe, maybe not, because here's the thing, though, is that they have different protocols for breaching a home that is indicated to possibly that he owns a gun. But if the protocol says that the first reaction must be to send in a de-escalation person, then you're effectively guaranteeing the ambush to occur.
But that's not what I said. You send a team. If it's this guy owns a gun, then yes, you send officer with gun first. And if it's likely, and if it sounds like, hey, it's likely he's going to shoot someone, then maybe you don't send officer de-escalation at all. You send officers with guns, and what happens from there happens. But at least we had a system so that when the guy who shows up to the emotionally fraught situation where tempers are going to be high, maybe it results in less bodies than we had before, and we still have officer denegotiation around for when we need him for other things.
Sure.
Because
Sure.
officer denegotiation trained in or officer de-escalation trained in de-escalation is more like
Your
denegotiation.
negotiation is canceled.
Officer de-escalation is more likely to get the de-escalation results
Judge Dredd.
than officer trained in this thing, this thing, this thing, and this thing. Again, I understand we have surging, right? But you can have 2 or 3 guys in the building that are officer de-escalation, and they can walk a beat when they don't need to specifically be officer de-escalation. Right?
Fair.
Nothing stops officer de-escalation from... Because this is the thing, right? There's plenty of things where they can do something else, and it's fine, right? I'm totally fine with officer de-escalation also handing out the speeding tickets. Because that's... He's probably going to be fined as officer de-escalation handing out the speeding tickets.
The thing is, officer de-escalation, according to the ideas of the libertarian state, should be shot for daring to give me a ticket for parking next to my ex-wife's car.
Unfortunately, that is very common. I have seen a lot of videos where the officer just walks up, hey, I saw you had a bad blinker. I'm going to need your driver's license. I'm going to give you a ticket. And then the guy's like, oh, okay. And then he goes and reaches down and then pulls out a gun and shoots the cop in the head. And it's like...
But
the life of a traffic cop is not an easy one.
Again, that's the situation where, unfortunately, that was probably resulting in a dead guy anyway.
Oh, absolutely. But it's one of those things of like, okay, well, we'll just send him on this job. It should be safe. There's no safe policing job besides working the front counter.
I mean, even that's not safe, unfortunately.
No, but it is statistically vastly safer.
Well, I mean, the safest one would be dispatch, surely.
You would think. But dispatch usually is a rotation.
But yeah, again, I'm not sitting there and pretending it's perfect, but from everything we understand, it would get a better result. Or be more statistically likely to result in a better result, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah.
But yeah, no, it's a mess. Either way, it's a mess. The whole thing's a mess.
Yes.
I think that's a bit of an understatement, gonna be real.
Yeah, well, Jesus Christ, I did not realize how ugly Lawfey was. Holy shit, they really fucking hagged her, didn't they? Holy fuck.
Wait, what?
Look at what they did. Left versus right. Gaming.
Oh.
That really was made by some 40-something white woman who couldn't stand the idea that she wasn't considered beautiful anymore. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, I'm going to go grab food really
Indeed.
quickly.
I will continue with the fan fiction. We're going
Nose?
to move on from here.
Oh,
and
wait,
we're
wait,
gonna
wait.
Go to crossover.
Take him into the... We just got... Sneaky, we got Kingdom Hearts 4.
Why?
Never
fuck
mind.
you.
Fanfiction.net has crashed, and we're just not going to do that anymore then.
Oh, well, thank God. I've been given it a birth
Well,
right.
how about that?
Very convenient, that, eh?
Thank you, Kingdom Hearts. You could save me.
Well then,
But no, Sneaky, it's
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 4. It's set in the real world.
mm,
And the reason the Heartless are showing up is because Sora showed up and ruined everything. Literally.
mm.
It's all
Oh,
Sora's fault.
great! Sora's the Harbinger. Lovely.
Literally, in the trailer, we have was it Anna? Whatever. We have one of the original Keyblade masters going, the concepts of light and dark weren't a problem in this world until we explicitly showed up and made them a problem by being here and bringing those notions with us. That's why there's a Heartless in downtown Tokyo eating a building.
Outstanding. Kingdom
Local
Hearts really
child
does
has to
make
pay
things
for the
work.
consequences of his actions.
How great of a reveal would it have been as a stinger to just see the fucking JSDF from the Toho Godzilla movie show up in the last frame?
No,
That
the
would have
last
actually been
frame,
great.
Max, in
Because
the
it's
very
like they
last
didn't have this
frame-
problem. It's like, those are kaiju fighting weapons. I think they've had worse than Heartless.
Max, the very last frame of the trailer. ESF, EDF,
EDF, EDF.
Yeah, even better. That would be great. It's like, they never had to deal with this. What is that chanting?
Watching
And
from
with that,
Ukraine,
I leave.
retired 50 in Ukraine. Well, hey man, power to you.
The EDF, causing more friendly fire incidents every day. We'd make you proud.
So have you guys heard about the Kool-Aid pineapple thing?
I
I know
uh,
by
pay
its
zero
slur-
attention to
Is
it,
that
I'm gonna
the
be honest.
really the one that has like a slur in the name, or is that the one of the other ones? I can't remember.
What? Huh?
What?
There's like been like several like weird foods that have come out with like the N word in the name. I don't. Is that one of them, or is that something completely different?
Yes,
Okay.
that is one of them. Yes.
Okay. Because I'm like, oh great, is something
Yeah,
else stupid
Yeah,
coming out?
I know about it because you sent it to me, and I just stared at what was being added. I'm like, you're going to kill yourself eating these.
Yeah. Turns out quite a number of people almost did that with diabetic shocks.
Oh,
Cause
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
is it
because-
like the fucking drink from Panera Bread where it's like 300 million things of sugar?
yes, it is something
It's
of that level. So
300
basically, it's pineapple
yeah.
chunks that are then marinated in a full packet of Kool-Aid and a cup of sugar.
No,
What the
it's
fuck?
more in a cup. It's definitely more in a cup. It's
At
like
least a
two
cup.
heaping. It's like 2 heaping cups of sugar.
Yeah,
And
it's
the
revolting.
problem isn't that they're having it. The problem is they're having the entire jar or half the jar in one go instead of
Yeah.
one a day as like, this is my dessert for the day. If
Yeah.
they did that, they'd be fine.
Probably, yeah. Oh, better than personally. I wouldn't do it at all. Like that's a lot of sugar. That's like 3 days worth of sugar in one meal.
I like sugar.
Yes,
But
I also like sugar.
That would be far too much for me.
That's a lot of sugar.
Like looking at it, I'm just like, I can feel new cavities. I didn't know I could feel new cavities.
Yeah,
I can feel new
just
cavities.
looking at it is manifesting the cavities. This man is like a magnet for elves, I swear to God.
He is.
What
Someone
happened this
post an
time?
elf and shadow respond in the chat.
I literally posted an
Yes.
elf in the chat, and Shadow responds within 30 seconds of a elf ear-eating gif.
Oh, it was even faster than that.
Yeah.
He was there in 10 seconds.
I'm sure he was. I'm from Arizona, but I moved to Ukraine 2 years ago. Saturday, Russia bombed the gas station a mile west of me with a drone.
All right, then.
Bruh, why would you move to Ukraine right now? I mean, that was 2 years into the 4-day special military operation. Now we're 4 years into the special 4-day military operation. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can see the idea, right? Like, I bet land prices are cheap right now in Ukraine. I don't think I would buy.
That's not a gamble I don't think anyone here wants.
Do you blame me for posting elf munch gifs? I mean, no, I don't blame you for posting elf munching gifs.
He's just surprised at the speed.
Yeah, I'm more just impressed at the speed. Well, of course, those are your favorite gifts. Yeah, okay, nuclear bomb, sex, and elf munching. Okay. I've been married to a Ukrainian.
The winged.
I see.
Yeah, he's specifically it's the winged snake lady from Ark Knights that
Hula
people are going feral for.
hula hook.
I don't remember anymore, man. I just remember people going feral for that design. When she
Yeah,
was
they
first
definitely
revealed.
did go feral for her. I've been married to a
That
Ukrainian
one
lady
that
for
one
10
unlocked
years,
a
yeah.
lot of lizard brains.
It's better not a
yeah,
witch in
let's go with that.
Indian,
Yeah.
They said.
Well, amen. Power to you, and hopefully you don't lose anything important.
So how are you having issues getting on fanfiction.net? I'm not having any issues moving around the site right now. What'd you do? Did they finally shadow
Are you
ban your IP
blaming
or
me?
something?
No, I still
I am.
can't. I'm still getting errors. Okay, can you guys get to this link?
Let me check. Nope, the Legend of Zelda section is down again.
Holy I bought a house in Ukraine for $230.
Okay, the Legend of Zelda section is
Damn.
dead. It's not working.
200. Well, I mean, best hope that Ukraine wins, because I kind of feel like Russia might not be.
Okay.
So,
okay, so the
approving
general Legend
of
of Zelda
land
crossover
leases.
section isn't working for some reason.
Crossovers in general aren't working.
No, crossovers are working. Legend of Zelda's not working. Like
Just
I can
Legend.
get to.
Okay, just Legend of Zelda.
It's just Legend of Zelda. So if you do Kingdom Hearts, go through Kingdom Hearts to Legend of Zelda, you get that section of crossovers.
Interesting.
So if you go Halo to Legend of Zelda, you'll get those crossovers.
So just Legend of Zelda.
If you want Legend of Zelda, you're gonna have to pick
Flora.
the biggest section you think would have Legend of Zelda
Yep, just
crossovers with it.
Interesting. That
I don't know why.
that is some coding.
Oh, and
mobile
why
does the mobile version work?
Of course, because
FFN's been really weird lately.
Why not?
Sometimes
no.
Lately.
Or this isn't a lately thing. The mobile version has always worked over the web version for some reason.
Oh
This
no,
is
I've had
just
problems
something
on
they
mobile.
do.
Like I'll be reading chapters of a story that's like 25 chapters long, and I can go to like 1 to 19 fine, but for the next 3 chapters, if I try to manually go over, it just gives me no chapter there. There's nothing posted. I'm like, wait,
Oh,
huh?
I've
Or sometimes
never
I see
had
the chapter cap being shorter than it is.
I
Like,
mean, this is what you get
I've
for
never had
having
mobile so bad.
for what did it cost? What did they say they paid? They paid university students $50 to build this website.
Oh, they kind of deserve it then.
It was something crazy like that. I could never beat Mike Tyson. True.
I mean, you could do it for about like $100,000.
Yeah.
Throw the fights in.
Well,
ooh.
that's true. Yeah, offer him a couple mil to lose. My mother-in-law wanted a house, so I bought her house in the village for 600. Oh, there you go. You know, houses are cheap, I suppose, when the war's going on. You know, there was a guy actually. I do remember seeing a video of this guy who had a plan of world travel, where he wanted to travel the world, but he wanted to do it on a budget. And so what he would do is whenever a terror attack would occur in a country, he would buy tickets to that area where the terror attack occurred. Because in his mind, it's like lightning strike. Like a second terror attack wouldn't occur there again so soon. Like it's a cooldown. And so because no one else wants to travel there for that moment, then it's like super cheap. Like it's like $50 instead of $500.
That's not how that works, but go off, King, question mark?
I mean, he's apparently been doing it for like 10 years now, so I don't know.
Good for him. I guess it works then.
Yeah. I guess it works. But let us see what the filth of the internet has for us here. So I have Sun's Valor actually is being posted on FFN now. So this is one that I actually don't entirely say is bad. It's a PJO mass crossover using DXD, where effectively your father is the Greek god of Apollo, a demigod of the sun, gets access to the multiverse. So he somehow it's PJO as a base for his power, where he's a demigod of Apollo, except his expression of Apollo's power lets him go to other alternative Earths. And the first Earth he goes to is DXD Earth. And he meets Chiron in Greece. And the story goes from there. Like I said, it's honestly not bad. Basically, you can think of it as planeswalking with extra steps. You know, Magic the Gathering style.
That sounds like a good
Overall,
title for a story, actually.
planeswalking with extra steps. That's fair.
Yeah.
That kind of would be a good title, yeah.
See, that works.
I meant the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Fair.
I was gonna say Mike Tyson in Punch-Out is pretty fucking hard.
That is kind of the point, isn't it?
More so than usual, but yes.
The closest McDonald's is 2 hours west of me. Russia's 1 hour north of me.
How unfortunate.
Oh, good old Mickey D's. Mickey D's nuts in your mouth. But, I am not looking forward to some of the stories we got listed here. But before we get into that, there was one story that got linked. And I wish we had Infanticus here.